got my balls to my butthole, and oh my God, what did I do? I can't take a dump, cause now my balls are blocking up my butthole. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you. Good God, I pulled too hard, now my skull is stretched out like a fucking yard. Oh God, I got my balls to my butthole, baby. Oh my God, what did I do? I can't take a dump, cause now my balls are blocking up my butthole. A lady doesn't want.
The advent of AI music has already occurred. What I've just played for you is one of the most popular examples. This one, for some reason, was the one that everybody was like, man. And this is an older generation than what is coming out now. This video currently has 422,524 views, 16,000 likes. People are complaining. People are saying, oh, music is dead. Music has been dead. And this is coming from a musician, a person whose entire fiber of their being at the core is music. Modern music has been dumpster juice since about 2000. There's been some innovations. There's been some good stuff. But honestly, I'm listening to music for enjoyment that doesn't just remind me of a better time in my life, which, I mean, who doesn't want to think about a better time in their life when the current time of their life is basically the fucking apocalypse? Don't get me started, right? This is about AI music. This isn't about all of the evil and corruption in the world that, I mean, theoretically, there are enough of us that we could just dispatch with that. But anyways, I digress. This is about AI-generated music. Music is dead. Yeah, man, it's been dead. I mean, right now, the popular trend in music is to sample the riffs and sounds and mix master qualities of classic music to try and throw back to when music wasn't dumpster juice, you see. And really, we're getting into dumpster wine at this point. We are getting into it has been in the dumpster long enough to ferment. Pop music has been a combination of sexual themes, easily repetitive music, and what amounts to an addiction to kind of a natural morphine release in the brain, along with endorphins. It is sex and drugs in a beat. That's what pop music has been for quite a while. It's no longer just what's popular at the time. It is a type of music foisted upon the populace. That is the new pop. No longer the top countdown of things that people are listening to. If you go to the actual most listened countdowns on things, you're either going to get stuff that's 30 plus years old that people are still listening to on the regular, or you're going to get things that really don't fit the mass public appeal of modern radio. In the book 1984, the music and movies that people watch are generated by computers, or so they're told. We never really get confirmation on that. We just know that this is what even people in the outer party believe. Can you imagine a computer generated this? That's amazing. Well, from what I understand, and maybe we'll take a look in the description here of this. It's not a lot of information. It's possible that the lyrics to the song were generated by a verbal logic GPT AI of some sort, or something like that. Someone went into a chat GPT and said, okay, write me the lyrics to a 50s era doo-wop band singing a song about having glued my balls to my butthole again and now I can't poop. And then there's lyrics. Shit out, as it were. And then other, what is it, Udio, and there's a couple other ones that people are using that you can say, okay, we want you to generate X amount of time of music, sampled of, you train the AI on styles. It's the same thing as training a graphic generating AI. It depends on samples of other music. So if you had all music ever written, you could create an average of that. Or you could split it into genres, eras, styles, male vocalist, female vocalist, etc., which is, I think, what it seems to do, or what they've done for it, rather. So an AI trained on classic retro music, particular eras and styles, can then say, take these lyrics, because you've also seen people do AI covers, I'm sure. And what you basically get of that is that you have the music generation AI create in some cases, I think they're creating, you can create a vocal line only, or you can create a whole piece of music. And basically people have taken, take the lyrics to a song. So you take Cemetery Gates by Pantera and you feed it into an AI sound generator, and you say, I want you to make it sound like, Homer Simpson is singing this. And then run it through. And so then you can also say, okay, I want you to generate the audio for a cover of the music of, and I mean, you can probably feed these AIs sheet music of the song you want it to cover, and then just have it generate instruments for what style. And those instruments are simply averages of samples. And you select among samples as you go. I believe you can probably fine tune it if it's anything like what the visual AI applications are doing. You can tweak the product until you have basically what you want. And so the real thing is where someone's trying to do a cover and they don't get it to cover the actual song, they just give it the lyrics. The actual cadence of the lyrics as performed by the AI vocalist may be incorrect. And I've seen some people just throw them out there anyway, which, I mean, fine. The more the merrier. No, the problem is it's possible, I believe, at some point that these will begin to self-sample themselves. And something of that kind of happened. And I believe that'll be the next piece that I present here. I'm not doing a whole super big long thing, but this was something that I noticed today. So there's an 80s goth synth cover.
I glued my balls to my butthole again. Oh my God, what did I do? I can't take a dump 'cause now my balls are blocking up my butthole.
So that wasn't the one I meant. This is the one I meant. This one actually kind of excited me, and I'll make my main point here in just a moment.
I got my balls to my butthole, yeah. I'm stuck in a bind, got my balls in a twist, can't leave it behind. Sticky situation got me feeling insane. I glued my balls to the butthole again. This foolish talk like some busted fable. Yo, my crew's coming at me, laughing at my paper like a lyric out of sync, like a jammed up paper. Trying to keep my cool, maintain my grin, but I'm out the loop, caught in stickiness within. Rock the mic, rock the stage, but can't rock this bind. I'm glued up, messed up, in a real tight bind. Glued to the butt, I'm stuck in a bind. Got my balls in a twist, can't leave it behind. Sticky situation got me feeling insane. I glued my balls to the butthole again. Glued to the butt, I'm stuck in a bind. Got my balls in a twist, can't leave it behind. Sticky situation got me feeling insane. I glued my balls to the butthole again.
We now have a hip-hop sampled remix made by an AI, including a legitimate sample of the original song generated by an AI about having glued one's balls to one's butthole again. I've been listening to a number of these, and it doesn't always seem to fully understand some of these genres. In others, it obviously does. Rap music is now officially dead. And good riddance. Bro country is now officially dead. And good riddance. Because that's the other ones. It's able to make some old classic country and western because nobody's still doing that. But it also makes the modern bro country, which deviates significantly from all previous country and western music. It simply is pop music played with country instruments. And the theory part of it, the actual, like, what chords they're using and why in the songs are purely pop. So bro country and pop country can now be more readily replicated as well. And we're going to start getting into the trashy modern pop, the real dumpster wine. Modern pop music is dead. Good riddance. What is not dead is the ability to pick up an instrument and play it, or even to get a sequencer and write music, to come up with new sound samples for instruments, to come up with new ways of playing things. Because these AIs can only take what has already been done and replicate in the style of. And when you realize that the music that is coming out is itself simply replicating the style of, the people that are making all that stupid money that the rest of us aren't, selling a nefarious product full of weird Satanism, sexual themes, stuff we play. Here, kids, turn on the radio. We'll just put this music on. It's safe. It's pop music. It's the radio. They wouldn't let them say nasty things on the radio. Dude, have you listened to any of it? Going back through the 90s, into the 80s even, there was a kind of a transition point where sex sells became the thing. And people kept saying, oh, we'll let our kids listen to pop music. That's why when you get the kids' bop versions, they are so heavily edited. So, returning to the common theme on all previous videos as well, of the collapse of society and the degradation of everything cultural, what this moment of AI revolution is actually exposing is how bad the modern music industry is. And when we start being able to produce short clips that can then be made into full-length movies, where you simply give the AI some ideas and let it go, and then you fine-tune so that you avoid copyright and so that you maybe tell the story you mean to tell, the film industry, the television industry will go under. And good fucking riddance. I've been following the Kendrick and Drake beef a little bit. They're decent. They're aight. It's a battle for 15th place. Now they're just into straight ad hominem, throwing each other under the bus, accusing each other of stuff. Oh my God, I just said something rhythmically that rhymed. It's probably 10 times as intelligent as either of them have put into a song. It's trash. So the fact that now hip hop music can be recreated, someone who doesn't have the nerve or the talent to rap can put together something poetic and run it through a machine that will have it sound hard. And it will, at that point, already be better than anything that is coming out right now in that genre. Ergo, rap music is dead now. And good riddance to it. Good riddance to the bullshit bro country. Good riddance to trash pop. Because the people that fell for the same shtick that everyone else fell for when it came to political correctness and politeness and not offending others are the ones who set the limitations on the AI. So that when the AI then generates something for you to use in one of these processes, you are at that point automatically doing something musically that will impact the culture when people hear it. And even this weird glued my balls to my butthole thing is part of that. Right now, they become obvious. You can tell it's not real. You can tell it's AI generated. And we may come to a point of audio deep faking as well. But of that, what is going to come is something that is perhaps less overt sexually, less violent, and even the parts that are overtly so in either of those categories on the AI music is so blatantly so that you would have to, most of them are rated adults only by the system. Platforms will hear this, they will run an AI over it, and they'll say, oh, they're talking about balls and buttholes and taking a dump. We better make that over a certain age. Thriving under a little bit of constraint, the new revolution in music may become something culturally relevant in a way that causes people to not be so degenerate. And in that small change to the culture could be something that averts great disaster later on. So it's very interesting. I'm going to close it out with another one of my personal favorites from the originator of I Glued My Balls to My Butthole Again. Find something that's interesting here. There's a number of favorites on here. There's a fake artist called Reina that is really gaining a following because of the hilarity of the joke that a picture of a real woman posing in various outfits on the hood of a Corvette and whatnot from the era of the late 80s or the mid 80s, something like. And the site operator has said that I'm assuming it's a he, has been using Photoshop to alter the woman's face so that it's unrecognizable. And so you get somebody else's face added on. One of them looks like Lou Diamond Phillips. It's pretty hilarious. And it is kind of a Tiffany-esque, Madonna-esque 80s female vocalist. So if you really want to know what music is about, you listen to these AI covers and you realize that it's this. You're just hearing pop music from another dimension that those people just listen to and they let their kids listen to it. Reina. all the worst parts of our culture have just been assassinated by artificial intelligence, because the amount of auto-tune and digital quantization that already takes place, they're mostly a pretty face. Somebody that looks the part, and the music is basically stolen from other genres and eras and other artists who are maybe not necessarily receiving fair compensation. Learn how to play music. Fiddle with your instrument, all alone. Write down things that sound interesting and see if it sounds like something else. And if it's not, congratulations, you just wrote a song. Or you can write standards and innovate how they come out. But the time of basically ear porn, pop, the completely mindless, completely lacking in originality, trying all of these genres of music, mind you, what they serve on a cultural basis as far as how they determine social behavior, see the previous video, how they affect our society is by reinforcing negative stereotypes and encouraging degenerate thoughts, lifestyle, and behavior. Pop music is all about partying, being wasted, debauchery. And if you look at their videos, their live performances, their award shows, etc., it's full of weird satanic rituals and imagery meant to fuck with your head and make it worse. Country music, specifically pop country and bro country, encourages basically a lifestyle of ignorance, making people think that they can do one thing when in reality, life is different. And I'm not saying the outdoor lifestyle. I'm talking about the big trucks, country roads, drinking and driving, basically, objectifying women, all kinds of stuff. All these genres have things like that in common, and they're only allowed to proliferate in the music industry because they cause the degeneration. And I honestly don't have time to get into the impact that rap music has had negatively on black subcultures. Not all rap music is bad, not all country music is bad, and not all of the synth pop country or pop music, as it were, is bad. But the majority of it that gets promoted, the reason it gets promoted is because of what it promotes, which is degenerate lifestyle. AI has just made it easier to create music that sounds like that does not include the control aspect. They control you by influencing you through the things that you're used to listening to over and over again, which are not necessarily generated by the person whose voice you are hearing, but by a group of people who decide on what the best way to make the most people think, oh, I want to listen to that again, would be. And in between, as well as all of the press appearances, award shows, music videos, etc., throw in as much weird imagery as you can to allow the person's subconscious, as they repeatedly view it, to become effectively hypnotized and culted. It's what it is. That's why I find myself revisiting only certain eras of my life when it comes to the music, because a lot of the music that came out over those times has that kind of an effect. So I'm going to call it good there. AI just assassinated rap music. And it may actually end up being a good thing.